From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is a severe weather alert.
All right, it's 9:30 in the evening. I'm Fred Gossage along with Chase Wilson in the Tennessee Valley Weather Center. Just a quick status update on the tornado watch that we have. Remember, we're going to be doing these overnight at the top and bottom of every hour, every 30 minutes. That's our policy. Anytime we have a tornado watch or severe thunderstorm watch in effect. Used to be once an hour, but we feel like things can change a little more rapidly sometimes than doing it just once an hour. So we're going to go every 30 minutes here. No warnings in effect for any part of the coverage area. There are a couple severe thunderstorm warnings back off to the west. They're starting to creep a little closer, though. As close now as portions of Chester County, Tennessee, near Henderson with a severe thunderstorm warning. But the main thing on the board here is the tornado watch that we have across southern middle Tennessee. In our viewing area, that includes Hardin, Wayne, Lawrence, Giles, Lewis, Murray, and Marshall counties in Tennessee. Now, as the storms get closer, we are expecting an additional watch to be issued down across North Alabama and very likely north or northeast Mississippi as well. Storms are just a little too far for that to happen just yet. We'll switch over to Viper Live Doppler radar. And we'll start with the DMA here, and you can see that no storms immediately locally in the viewing area were quiet, but you look off just to the northwest of I-40 and you see the broken line of thunderstorms over there with multiple severe thunderstorm warnings. The good news is they have been losing a touch of their organization over the past 30 to 60 minutes on radar, but we still have multiple severe thunderstorm warnings. We'll shift the radar up there just a little bit and look at the line of thunderstorms. It's generally hugging and just northwest of I-40, coming down to the southeast at about 50 miles an hour or a touch under that. So arrival time in our viewing area is roughly going to be 11 o'clock for places like Hardin County, northwest Wayne County, and northwestern areas of Lewis County, Tennessee. There will probably be severe thunderstorm warnings about an hour or so from now for those locations, maybe a few minutes farther out than an hour or so from now. So about 10:30, 10:45, we will likely start getting severe thunderstorm warnings for those areas. And then the line moves on southeast from there, moving into places like Waynesboro and Lawrenceburg and Hohenwald and Columbia, roughly in the 11:15 to 12:30 time frame from northwest to southeast, entering northwest Alabama, probably near or just after midnight, and then continuing on southeast through the rest of southern middle Tennessee and northwest Alabama, probably through about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. That's the situation. Currently, we don't have any tornado warnings in the line. With it a little broken, that does open the door for there to maybe be a couple of spin-up type tornadoes in the line, so I certainly can't rule out a couple of tornado warnings. It's not a high threat. The main threat tonight is not tornadoes. It's gusty straight line winds of 50, 60, 65, maybe 70 miles an hour. And not everybody in the area is going to get that type of wind. But where you get the strongest storms, winds may gust that high to knock down trees and power lines. And there could be a few spin up tornadoes in the line. This is not a, oh my gosh, your house is going to get blown away type of night. If you pay attention to the warnings that are issued, if you seek shelter in a small interior room on the lowest floor, away from windows, you'll be just fine. If you are in mobile homes, this might be a night where you spend the night at the friends and family members' house. And that's why we've been having this forecast here, the storms in the forecast for days on top of days on top of days on top of days now. So you have an overabundance of time if you're in a mobile home to get those plans in place so you can be out of those before the storms arrive. But this is not a night where we're going to have big long track tornadoes move through the area. The ingredients are not in place for that. However, a tornado is a tornado, like we talked about at 9 o'clock. Doesn't matter if it's an EF0, EF5, anything in between. They all deserve your respect and your attention and for you to take any warning seriously. But this is nothing to be afraid of. Let me talk to folks with storm anxiety for a moment. This is nothing to be afraid of. We go through multiple events like this every single spring without one single solitary exception ever. And as long as you pay attention, you're aware of what's going on, and you seek shelter if a warning is issued, we get through it okay. That's how these work. This is not a big, scary, violent tornado outbreak. It's never been advertised by any credible source as being one. So there's no reason to think that we're going to see big mile-wide tornadoes tracking for dozens and dozens of miles. It's never been forecasted to be that type of night tonight. This is not a night you need fear over. If it was that type of forecast, we still don't want you to be afraid, because even on those type of nights, as long as you pay attention to the warnings, you go through your shelter plan when a warning is issued, in almost every single case you'll ever encounter in a long lifetime, you're still going to be fine. I know storm anxiety is a real thing. Those of you that watch me for a while, you know where I come from, Central Alabama. You know that I was on duty for April 27, 2011. If anybody in this building and on this team understands storm anxiety, it's me. I get it. 252 people died in Alabama on that day. I understand that the fear is real. The fear is valid. The feelings you have for storm anxiety are valid, but take a breath. Take power in the fact that you can be aware, be prepared, and be ready for it. That power gives you something to focus on. It helps you deal with the anxiety. Stop searching out the worst case scenario on social media to further stoke your fear, because that only makes things worse. Pay attention to credible sources that will walk you through the storm, and we will all get through it okay. We're going to be okay tonight, even if you have a severe thunderstorm warning, even if you have a tornado warning. We're going to be okay tonight. So we'll take you back to the watch warning map and do an overview, and then we'll be back live again at 10 o'clock. Just these little status updates, top and bottom of every hour. No warnings in effect for any part of the viewing area right now. Tornado watch is in effect for all of southern Middle Tennessee. That runs until 3 a.m. We are expecting later tonight additional watches to include northwest Alabama and northeast Mississippi as the storms get closer. Again, we'll be back at 10 o'clock with another live update. Once we start getting warnings in the area, we'll be back much more frequently. And you know our long-standing policy here, if there's a tornado warning for any county in the viewing area, we'll be live nonstop until the danger is over. For Chase Wilson, I'm Fred Gossage, live from the Tennessee Valley Weather Center. Stay with Tennessee Valley Weather. We'll keep you advised.
You're watching the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel.